Creating a new virtual network in Windows Azure is easy. You start by clicking New, then Network, and here you can import an existing configuration that's defined in an XML file, or you can do a custom creation. Let's click Custom Create. First, you give your virtual network a name, and now we have the ability to configure the address space that our virtual network will use. In addition to the primary address space, we have the ability to configure various subnets. We can name them whatever we'd like, and then we configure the address space for each subnet. And you'll see as I add each subnet to the list, it appears down below in the network preview. When we click Next, we have the ability now to set up DNS servers, and we also have the ability to configure connectivity back to an on-premise network through a VPN device. This gives us secure site-to-site connectivity between the Windows Azure Cloud and our on-premises network. Since this can take a few minutes to provision, we've actually already gone ahead and configured a virtual network to show you. Let's take a look at Demo Virtual Network. You can see by this diagram I have secure site-to-site connectivity up and running, and on the Configure tab you can see all the detailed address information, including the local connectivity specification. Now I have one virtual machine already running in this virtual network, Win2008 VM1. What I'd like to do now is go create a second virtual machine. And once that second virtual machine is up and running, I'll demonstrate that the two virtual machines can see each other on that virtual network. So let's click New Virtual Machine, select a Windows Server platform image, and click Next. Provide a name for our virtual machine and a secure password. Next, we'll select the size and click Next. We'll select the DNS name, which is the Internet Addressable Public Endpoint, and you can see it has to be unique, and the portal will notify us if it's not. And then we need to make sure that that VM is going to be provisioned as part of Demo Virtual Network, so it's very important. And last but not least, we need to select the subnet that we'd like this virtual machine to be a part of. Now Windows Azure will provision that virtual machine and bring it up inside of that Demo Virtual Network. So let's go back and take a look at Demo Virtual Network. And what you'll see here is that now we have both virtual machines listed as resources as part of Demo Virtual Network. So they're both persisting in the Demo Virtual Network and have the ability to see one another on the network. Now let's connect to Win2008 VM1. And what I'm going to do is get a administrative command prompt and get the IP address of this machine on the local area network. And you can see in this case it's 10.1.1.4. So let's remember that. Now we'll go back and connect to the other virtual machine, the one that we just created. And once we log in with our administrator credentials, we will go ahead and open an administrative command prompt and ping the other virtual machine on our virtual network. Let's go ahead and do that now. And if you recall, the IP address was 10.1.1.4, and we get an immediate response as those two machines are in close proximity on the same virtual network. For more information on Windows Azure Virtual Networking, check out windowsazure.com.